Hey, good evening, folks. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me for Chord Dave Live. Yeah, had to just take a minute to pour out a cold beer. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy Saturday. That is delicious. Anyway, I see. Folks, nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. Just have a test screen going there, and my own voice just shouted at me. All right, guys. So you got all the comments going already. Before we jump into that, I just want to make a couple of announcements, not too much. First one, question of the stream. So if you have $1,000 or euros or pounds, and you have to buy a guitar with it, you can't be like, I'm going to buy a guitar and I'm going to buy amps and I'm going to buy pedals. You have to buy a guitar. You've got a budget of 1,000. What are you buying? So throughout the stream, leave your answers in the comment section there. We get to that as well. The reason I'm asking you is because I may be in the market for about $1,000 guitar soon, and just want to get some ideas. So let's jump in. I see a lot of mentions of Lazarus. Have you seen my video about that I put out last night about the differences in the finishes? Video's doing quite well. A lot of people have seen it. It's up to about 3,000 views, which is massive for me. But I'm glad to say that YouTube has decided to push this one. We're going to get a lot of people talking about it. So. All right, let me see. I'll get through these as quickly as I can, but you guys are killing it, and there's so many to get through. So I'll do my best. If you don't get an answer, or if I don't go over your comments, just let me know. And I don't know if you can highlight it or star it or do whatever, but help me out to see it if I haven't answered or if I missed one there. So the Lazarus guitars in person. I haven't seen one in person yet. As I said in the recent video, there does appear to be a difference. Some of them look really good. Some of them look a little bit less good. There seems to be a few fairly plain models, and I'm disappointed in that because, like I said in the video, it's a veneer, and they can choose to have good veneers and they can choose to have bad veneers. What they can do is choose not to let the bad ones out. So disappointing there from those. So Eric, that's your answer. I'm not yet, and I'm on the fence whether that's a guitar that I should pick up for spending about €1,000. So let me know what your thoughts. I see you've ordered one. And yeah, the videos will be coming soon. I think a lot of people were caught surprised that they were released on Thursday, but a lot of the stores have put out videos. Al, nice to see you there, all the way from New Jersey. How's things over there today? And James is coming here from Vegas. So, well, two opposite sides of the place, of the country there. So good on you for joining us. Thank you very much. David, nice to see you again. You're trying to tell yourself you don't need a Lazarus. Yes, it's true. I mean, look, the fact that it has the Gibson burst bookers and the basic 59 standard setup, it's an awesome guitar. My only issue with it, and I'm not sure if I was clear on my video yesterday, my only issue with it is it better look nice for that amount of money. So so that's one thing. And James rightly pointing out that my lateness at the my lateness for the stream was alcohol related. All right, David, you're from Southport. Nice. Haven't been to Southport specifically, but I believe that's in the northwest, somewhere near Liverpool, where I have been. Many a good night out there. Some great live music in Liverpool. You're not tempted by one of the Slash ones, the Slash Epiphones. Yeah, if you've seen my video, I believe I was one of the first people on YouTube talking about the Slash Epiphone Les Pauls. It was early last year when I started saying they were coming. People told me that I was talking nonsense and all kinds of things, but I had a little bit of information, and yeah, they did come out. I'm not tempted by them at all at the moment, and it's purely the pickups. I don't know if you guys saw as well. There was a comment on my more recent the older Joe Bonamassa Lazarus video, the first one where I gave all the details and the specs. There was a comment from somebody saying they work for Gibson and that the Pro Bookers are custom and to Slash's specifications. Whether I believe that or not, and the guy says he works for Gibson, but it's the official Gibson line, so all I would say is they still have the same basic information that they put on every Pro Bookers page. Every guitar that has Pro Bookers, they put the same information on it. It's the same on those ones. So, we'll see. we'll see. Again, I think they look great, but I don't know. I was so excited for them, and then not when I found out about the Pro Bookers. I think it means they cut corners. But anyway, I'm getting too far behind, guys, here. So I'm going to try and zoom through a few here. Let me see. Uh, Al, you're just you're complaining that I brought up LP Deluxes. Yeah, yeah, they're awesome. And I was looking. I spent a lot of time today. I'll give you just a little bit of background. It's actually bonus time in my work, and how it works is we get allocated a certain amount of shares, and they vest for a couple of years and so forth. And then at the end of each year, we get however many vested from each year. So I'm actually coming up to a period where I've got some of those vesting, and it's coming to just I think it's going to be around 1,000, just over 1,000. And I've been looking at all kinds of guitars today, to be honest with you. So yeah, Les Paul Deluxe is awesome. You've played one in the Gibson garage, and excellent. Yeah, the gas, you can never get rid of that gas. It's terrible. I know that. I'm sorry for saying it like that, but honestly, it's one of those things. Once you are hooked on guitars, I don't know how you ever stop buying one, or buying them. If anyone can ever find that answer. I mean, why would you want to? They're awesome. Let me see here. Let me see. Guitar Trade Center, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Travis, thanks for joining us again. David Daly, Bavaria alcohol free. What am I drinking? I don't know what I'm drinking because I left the container, the can, in the kitchen. But some sort of IPA from London. I know it's very fruity. Definite citrus tones from that one. I'm drinking it in my trusty Hop House 13 beer glass. Bavaria just reminds me of when I was a teenager, to be quite honest, alcohol free or not. But yeah, it was the popular beverage of the teenagers in my younger days. Cranberry juice, that's also necessary as well. Keeps your kidneys in good shape, so good for you. Grand for a guitar, you would pick up an Orville LP. Yeah, those are hard to find. But yeah, not a bad shout. I mean, as long as you get a real Orville, not one of the ones, the cheap ones they branded there a couple of years ago. But yeah, the actual Orvilles, the Japanese ones, pretty cool. Hi, Marcia. Nice of you to join us again. Lads, I'm so far behind. Thank you so much for blowing up the comments. As you know, I'm a big fan of your comments, so that I can get through this show. It is probably going to be 2 hours of a show today, guys, because again, I still have not sorted out extra batteries and stuff like that for the camera. So I'll be here for 2 hours. If you want to join us for that long, awesome. And feel free to come and go as you please and get some guitar stuff going. Red Stripe, that's a beer that I have not tasted, to be quite honest. Maybe I have, I don't know. I've traveled and drank an awful lot of stuff when I was away and don't remember. But I'm going to trust you. Adding, Al, you're saying if I add 100 to the new Fender Strat with two-tone blue. Yeah, those ones, the Player Plus, those are coming in about $9.90 here, the Player Plus models. I know because I have one in my cart on Thomann. Actually, it's not one of the Strats. It's one of the Player Plus Nashville Tellys. So your thoughts on those, guys? If you like the Nashville Tellys from the Player Plus series, let me know. It's in my cart. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. There's going to be about 6 or 7 guitars in that cart over the next few days. But let me know. I actually just want to buy. If I'm going to buy something, I want to buy it off Reverb. Buy a used guitar, maybe get a bit more value there. But yeah, definitely some good suggestions already. Scott Brower, hi Scott, thanks for joining us. You just bought it, waiting for it to arrive. A used Gibson SG faded. You can't beat an SG, and I'll say this forever: an SG is a great investment because they're just beautiful guitars. They're lovely guitars, and I love them so much. Like, you know, I was even looking today as I was looking through guitars. I was like, I might just buy another SG. But of course, when you've opened up Reverb or Thomann or Sweetwater or whatever, so many nice choices. The Guitar Trade Center, an Epiphone Jared James Nichols. Yeah, the Gold Glory is a beautiful guitar if they were only in stock anywhere. that's the only problem with that one. And I'm not a patient man, so I don't like ordering something and having to wait so long. But they are awesome. If I could pick one up on Reverb, it might be definitely one that I actually, you probably, yeah, damn it, I'm gonna have to, have to think about that. Hey Scott, nice of you to join us. Cheers from Newfoundland. Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you again. And you'll have your Lazarus soon, the JB Lazarus. Chucky Law from Frank. Yeah, absolutely, Frank. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. Nice, nice use of Irish there. Cushman NYC. Hey all, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Guitar Trade Center there, guys, is in sunny Glasgow. Come on, guys. It's not sunny at this hour of night. You're not fooling me in Glasgow. But yeah, Glasgow, great city. I believe in the 70s, my uncle ran a pub in Glasgow. So he's no longer with us. I can't ask him name the pub, but my dad used to go and stay with him over there for a bit. So, so thanks for joining us from Glasgow. Todd's brewing coffee, at least where I am on the comments. So, Todd, good stuff. I mean, you know, it's got to keep you going. Yeah, David's on top of it here. Set up a company to cover the channel stuff. Buy the Lazarus, do a review, write off the tax. Yep, that's that was the plan setting up the YouTube channel. I'll be able to write off guitar stuff that I buy. So yeah, it's nearly there. To be honest, at the point where I can. The ultimate goal is to be able to buy stuff and make a video, and that video will then make enough money to cover the cost of whatever the item is. I'm pretty sure that's what the Trogley's Guitar Show do, and then he sells the guitar as well, and he sometimes sells it for more than he bought it. So profit all around, and yeah, absolutely a good idea though. Yeah, that's the thing. Once you have a YouTube channel, you can write off the tax a little bit. You know, it's a business expense. Todd, the Lazarus is shite. Wow. It's one of those comments that gets people triggered. But yeah, you're just kidding anyways. Yeah, they look okay. Some better than others, like you said. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I was shocked when I saw the variants of those guitars, but I'm sure we'll talk about those throughout the rest of the video. Do some cool things to show you as well. If we can get my pictures to show up on the screen, we'll do our best to do that. Al, you've got the 59 Epiphone Les Paul, so the Bonamassa guitar. Doesn't interest you? Yeah, absolutely. It's exactly the same guitar, just a different color and a different case. Unless, and I think, let me see if I can get this to come. There you go. So unless, of course, you go with one of these and it has the Joe Bonamassa signature on the fretboard, those are only available on Joe Bonamassa's website. I don't see anyone buying one, but okay. I don't know why I would want someone else's name on the fretboard. If I could get a custom like 3-chord Dave one, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm not buying that myself. James, yeah, I am getting close to 5,000 subs. My video from last night's actually doing phenomenally well for my channel. The last video that did this well in the first 24 hours went on to do 30,000 subscribers. Or sorry, 30,000 views. 30,000 subscribers would be awesome. But it did 30,000 views in a week, and in that week I grew by 1,000 subscribers. So fingers crossed, we could be talking next week on the live stream about a free guitar giveaway. And I was looking at it today. So I've made a decision what I want to give away, and sold out everywhere. So I'm going to have to change my mind and give away something else. But we'll figure something out. Don't worry about that. And yeah, hopefully it can happen this week. If that video keeps going, like the last one did, which was the Chibson guitar video, and we get there this week, I'll be super, super excited. And to aid that, because you guys were telling me I need to have a Twitter and I need to have a Facebook, and I do. The information will be in the descriptions from all my videos from now on. I'm pretty sure it's just at 3-chord Dave across the board on those, capital letters for each word. And yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at 3-chord Dave. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's facebook.com/3-chord Dave. And as I said, links in the descriptions and stuff below. David, you've got one of the mid-90s Korean Epiphone slash ones. Do you want to sell it? I mean, you know, shoot me a comment if you do. I might be interested. Nashville Telly is great, very smooth playing. Awesome. Is that the Eric the Player Plus one? Have you picked one of those up in the last couple of weeks? Or I don't know how long they're out since they came out. You throw the G, Todd. You throw a G at an SG, most likely used unless it's a cool Epiphone at the right price new. Yeah, you know, I might be able to stretch the budget a little bit. Something I was looking at was in the demo shop, the Gibson demo shop this week. They had a Les Paul, or sorry, an SG. Which one was it? I know it was a blueberry one anyway, but really nice and looked super cool. You know how I feel, I think, about blue guitars. Absolutely my favorite. So the fact that it was blue and it was an SG, it's just pulling all my heartstrings. So yeah, it's a good shout, Todd. I will definitely be looking at SGs. I'm currently missing a Gibson for my collection. So I've always had this thing where if I'm going to have a collection, I need to have at least one Epiphone, one Gibson, one Fender, one Squier. I don't have a Fender or a Squier either. That's why I was leaning towards maybe picking one of those up, because I do have two Epiphones at the moment. So yeah, let's see where this leads us, because I'm thinking the fever's bitten me. I think now that I've got this investment money coming in, and let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure there'll be a guitar review very soon. So keep an eye out for that. Marcia is very kindly saying that don't forget to hit the like button and help people find the stream. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you're doing a good job. There's 15 people here and 13 likes. I really appreciate that. And also, we should have all placed bets on what Dave is going to end up buying. I don't know, that Dave guy, he's very he's very strange. He could buy anything. Chai Pup. Hey Dave. Hey Chai. Your Lazarus arrived yesterday. The flame on the right side looks pretty faded and the satin finish just doesn't work. Great pickups for the price though. That's interesting. Yeah, I've seen a huge difference between the left and the right side on a lot of these. Not unusual. Quite often when they're book matched like that, there will be a better side to them, unfortunately. But when it comes to the pickups, yeah, I believe they will be great. I mean, they're burst bookers, some of the best you can get, really. I mean, they're in a lot of the more expensive Gibsons, so you would imagine that they would be quite good. All right. So yeah, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Don't think I've seen you here before, so thanks for joining. Frank, you've just watched Anderton's new Magnetone. Yeah, the amps. Yeah, we all want one, but they are expensive. Those are cool. Those are very, very cool. Magnetone. They're just absolute luxury amps. They're really, really cool. Are you sure you don't want a Marshall Code 25? Mine's there. Thinking of getting rid of it. You can come collect it, no problem. We'll do a deal. Add some more money to the guitar budget. Eric, you're saying Sweetwater has already sold out of the Lazarus. They told you that they sold 125 of their 150 in the first 2 hours. Wow. We're going by today. Thomann still had some. I don't know how many they had in available. I know a few other places I mentioned they have them. Again, something I think I mentioned in the video yesterday, I'm not sure if these are going to become as valuable as, say, last year's Black Beauty. It'd be interesting to know what people think about that. I think in the short term, they will go up once they're sold out, but I wouldn't be surprised to see two things. I wouldn't be surprised to see Epiphone do a second run of them, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the price pretty much level out around 800 euros, $800 even, once the market settles down in 6 months' time or so for these specific guitars. The guitar market's going to go crazy in the next year, but that's a whole other video. So, Scott, $1,000 you want an Alexi Laho's new one. I haven't really looked into that, but yes, I've seen little bits and pieces here and there. So that'd be a cool one. That'd be a cool one. Again, I know nothing about it, so I'm not going to say too much, but yeah, it looks cool. So Eric, yeah, it was a Player Plus. Oh, you played it in the local store. In the faded candy apple red. I haven't played the candy, or I haven't seen the candy apple red in person, but I don't like it. I just think, I don't know, it just looks to me like a rust color, and I don't know. What did you think of it in person? Actually, that'll be interesting to know. David, you don't want to sell me the Slash Epi? Come on, man. it's Beat the Hell and Fubar. Well, yeah, I'm not in the market for a Marshall head and cab at the moment. Unfortunately, my neighbors are like, I'm going to say 10 feet that way. So yeah, they wouldn't be too happy with me. But who knows? Maybe if I move, which might happen. You got a 90s Les Paul Classic for $1,000. Cool. Yeah, yeah. That's not a bad purchase. Something I'm looking at as well is Epiphone and Gibson in 2 weeks' time are releasing new BB King Lucille's, as far as I'm aware. And they are going to be very cool from what I'm hearing. So yeah, I might just wait and see what they bring out for those, because BB King. Epiphone's Chicago Blue Sparkle finish was awesome. I need to check that out, actually, because I'm not 100% sure which blue finish that is. But if it's blue and it's on a guitar, I'm definitely a fan of it. Let me see. So wait, I'd be okay with single coil like JGN's. I love the guitar's tone, but wouldn't have thought you would want anything less than a double coil variant. Guess I'm wrong. Well, my SG is a 2P90 guitar, so yeah, I love single coil. I love P90s. I think P90s are awesome. Yeah, I'm not tied to humbuckers or double coils, or single coils are fine. Yeah, absolutely. I do like the JJN guitars. I'm hoping that next year he gets a Gibson signature, and yeah, I mean, I don't know if they'll replicate what they've done with Epiphone, but I know for some reason today I was driving around and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if they kind of had a black and a gold one? Just a thought. But hey, you know, I like to mess around with finishes. Ernie, you are late. Yes, terrible. I'm terribly, terribly upset with you. No, not at all. And in fact, I think it was Ernie. I think it was you last week. You were asking to see the PRS guitar that I'm so in love with, and that's it right there. Custom 22. It's a PRS SE Custom 22 in Mateo Blue, and as I said, it was a special Europe run only. That one, there's only 44 in that color made. There was, I think, three other colors. There was 44 of each color made, and the what was I trying to say about it? So yeah, it comes with it's a matching headstock, matching colored headstock. It's just beautiful. It's got a maple neck, and it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite guitars I've ever played. It's really, really cool. So yeah, if you have any questions with that, let me know. Scott, you missed the last run of Epi Lucille's. I might have to get one if it's stereo. I'm hearing that there is a stereo version coming. I think it's Gibson. In fact, there's not just Lucille's coming. There's a few different guitars coming with BB King's name attached. So his family have been really trying to do like work with Gibson. So what I'm hearing is that there's a whole range of BB King stuff coming out. So we'll hopefully get stereo, get an actual like replica. That would be super cool. Wait, so Marsha, is that a PRS behind you with F holes? Yes. No, it's not new. I have it about a year now, and actually, yeah, I'll continue telling a bit more about this guitar and how I got it in just a moment. Yeah, as you're about to say, my graveyard could be incomplete with that code 25. Yep. Yeah, my Chibson's over there, so you can't see it at the moment. So this guitar, this was actually a nice guitar story. What happened was, I just moved into this house and I was off work for a couple of months last year, and I was like, recuperating from an illness, and I was there's nothing really wrong with me, but I want to say that I was fine. I was feeling fine, but I still wasn't up to going back to work. So I had a couple of months off, and I saw this guitar when I was moving in, and I was like, oh, I'm going to buy it. And I put it in the cart and I pressed buy, and I was like, nope, sold out. Sorry, you can't have it. And I was really disappointed because I was like, this is the coolest PRS I've ever seen. It's blue, it's got the matching headstock, it's amazing. And you can't really see the color of it here at the moment because yeah, I'll have to show it again. I think I did a video about it when I bought it, but you can't really see the color there. But it's a really bright blue. It's really nice, and I was devastated. But what happened was on Thomann, if you're ever shopping on Thomann and something is like there's only one left and it sells out, wait a couple of weeks, because there's a possibility it will come back as B stock, and that's what happened. Whoever bought it returned it. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Let's go into that in a second. But yeah, they returned it. It was a beautiful guitar. They must have got it and be like, all right, well, let's mess about with it. And they tried to turn the truss rod cover, not the truss rod cover, the truss rod to adjust the neck, and they went too far and they messed it up a little bit. So I had to bring this guitar when I bought it to Martin down the road at Manapia Guitars, and he fixed it up, and it's amazing. Plays awesome. They hadn't done any damage with it. They hadn't turned it too far. What they had done is basically they were trying to set it up themselves, I think, and they didn't know what they were doing. So yeah, I ended up picking it up for a nice discount as well. I think I paid $650, something like that for it. And it had been $750, I think, something like that. So yeah, they're amazing guitars. Definitely pick one up if you see a good deal on a PRS SE Custom 22. But those are super limited. And in fact, not long ago, when the Zach Myers guitar came out from PRS, Paul Reed Smith did an interview about that guitar, and he was saying, "Oh, we've never done an SE with a matching headstock." And I was holding that at the time I saw that video. I was like, "Yeah, you have, Paul. Yeah, you have." And, and there it is. So yeah, it might be blasphemous because I am a Gibson fanboy, whatever. But you know, I like all the brands. And I like all the guitars. It's cool. But it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. So there's nothing like Lucille. You're just saying, yeah, he's not a Tony. Yeah, I mean, BB King sounds like BB King. No one else sounds like him. Scott, you got a Joe Bonamossa's 355. I never got the chance to get Lucille again. Well, you got a chance now in a couple of weeks' time. I don't know if they're doing Gibson first and then Epiphone, or if they're going to release everything together, or if they're just going to announce that they're doing something. But it's Tuesday the 19th. They're doing the BB King announcement. So mark it in your calendars, 19th of October. Easy for me to remember is my brother's birthday. So you know what he's getting? Ignored while I check out Gibson. So, but yeah, cool. I managed to get through all the comments so far, but keep them coming. And don't forget as well, if you haven't liked the video, do that. If you are trying to comment and you can't, it means you haven't subscribed. You have to subscribe to the channel to be able to comment. So do that. Don't forget, there's all kinds of ways as well to support the channel down in the description below. There's Amazon links, Thomann links and stuff. If you're buying from any of those places, if you can, click those links. That would really help out, and it would be super appreciated. And let's talk about some things that I was looking at today. Some of them are super cool. Some of them are not. Actually, none of them are super cool. But let's have, actually, yeah, here's some cool things. Let's talk about Slash for a minute. I know we talked about Slash last week. It hasn't been that long since we did a live stream. It has been a busy week. I was amazed I got 2 videos out this week. It's been super crazy work and everything. Slash, I've mentioned to you before about a Slash SG coming, and I've said it as a joke, kind of half joke, half this is going to be funny to put it out that Slash is getting an SG model. Well, as you know, Guns N' Roses just completed a tour in the US, and I want to show you 2 pictures from that tour. This one. Now, this is a Flying V Custom, or is it a Flying V Standard? I can't remember what they called it. But basically, at the end of the tour, he had played this quite a few, like almost every show. But he did post this on his Instagram. Just a guitar he bought, I believe, and he dug it and he took it out on tour with him. However, people like Slash, people like Metallica, for example, very well known for testing their future signature models on tour. So Slash has got this out with him for this tour. We haven't seen Slash really with a Flying V before. So I wonder, is it possible we're going to see additions to the Slash collection? Now, I don't have any information about this, but I do have a knowledge that Gibson have put out stuff that's a little bit strange with Slash. Like, okay, you could say the double neck thing was kind of expected, yeah, whatever. But what about the Explorer? That's a bit strange. So it wouldn't surprise me to see a Slash Flying V added to the collection. And this, if I remember correctly, almost, I don't think it was a cherry sound. It was very much like an appetite burst, I think. So, yeah, that's one thing, but that's not all. Slash has always also been seen with this. Now, you can't really make it out in the picture, and I had to freeze frame this on a video. That's a Les Paul Custom. As far as I'm aware, there's no Slash signature Les Paul Custom. Now, look, not every Gibson he plays is going to be a signature model, but they do, as I say, test out these guitars. I wouldn't be surprised to see, you know, similar to a Bonamassa deal, new Slash guitars added every single year. And, you know, someone's already bought all 5 of the Epiphone Les Pauls and the J45s or whatever. Maybe they'll buy a Les Paul Custom, or maybe they'll buy a Flying V. Maybe they'll buy an SG with Slash's name on it. So, so yeah, I just wanted to bring your attention that Slash is playing different things on his tour. And next time they go, I'm not sure if they're touring the rest of the year or early next year, but let's keep an eye on them and see what they're doing. So I see there's a few more comments. Let's check it out. Al has said, last year you bought a PRS SE 245, which is the Les Paul copy, and it plays great. And let me see, it does play a bit better than the Epi Les Paul. My experience with PRS SE guitars is that they're amazing. The first kind of inkling I got of PRS guitars, really, myself, was seeing Alter Bridge play them. And I was like, oh, what are they playing? And because they look really cool. And then I checked them out, and I was looking for that perfect one, and there it is, right there. Absolutely great guitar. And yeah, they're beautiful guitars. I mean, that plays great. There's a really nice video of them. Like, I don't know, one of their guys setting up their SE guitars in Maryland. Is it Maryland? Maryland? I don't know how to pronounce state names. But yeah, it's a cool video. So if you don't know, every SE guitar that gets sold in the US goes straight to the PRS factory, and it gets set up and checked for playability and everything there. So when you receive your PRS SE in the States, it should play perfectly like one of the more expensive PRSs. Here in Europe, I think they just ship them to whatever. They don't check anything. But that one was fine. And as I said, I got Martin down the road to check it out for me, and he was like, "This is a cool guitar. You want to sell it?" I think, was it him? Or somebody asked me, did I want to sell it? I don't think it was Martin, actually. Marshall, you love hearing Paul Reed Smith talk. He's a very interesting guy. By the way, you just realized, does everyone refer to him as just plain old Paul? I bet his family even calls him Paul Reed Smith. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to have Paul Reed Smith with us here now, because like, we don't have Orville Gibson, who, you know, Gibson. We don't have Leo Fender. We don't have any of the guys who started the big companies, except, well, no, we do. Big companies, yeah, we do. But those two guys. And we don't have, or we do have Paul himself. Do people still call him Paul? Yeah, I believe they do. Tyler from Music Is Win regularly refers to Paul, and pretty sure he's allowed to. Don't know if I'm allowed to, but hey. Travis, do you have any idea of the specs of the Lucille? I haven't seen anything official yet, and all I've got told is that it's coming and the 19th, and it's going to be cool. Literally, that is what I was told. So, again, it could be someone saying one guitar, it could be 3. I don't know, but if I hear anything, I will do a video or a post about it on my new social medias, Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. I think there's links. I don't know. It's all tagged it down below. Yeah, guys. If he's rich, they will call him whatever, as long as he's paying the bills, right? The new limited edition Koa top Epiphone Hummingbird is nice, but not a full body Koa. It's just like the top of the LP with a Koa top that Epiphone did recently, so I'm on the fence with that one. Scott, yeah, the Koas are nice guitars. The Epiphone ones, I think. I'm not sure that would be something I pick up, but they definitely do look nice. I haven't seen the Hummingbird one though, so I'll have to look out for that. And hey, there's Joey. So hi, Joey. Nice to have you to pop in and say hi. You have a borderline crazy but precious and beautiful 2-year-old who wants to play with Daddy. So you're going to have to watch the rerun. Cool. Yeah, listen, that takes way more precedence than this live stream. But have a great time. Absolutely. The rerun will be up, I think, straight away after this video, after the live stream. So yeah, check it out when you can. And thanks for dropping in. Joey, of course, runs a guitar shop, guys, and some very cool stuff in his store. I was checking out his Reverb store this morning. So if you want to check out Joey's store, I will pop a link in the next video for Joey's store. All right, let's talk about some other stuff that I have seen this week in guitars. And again, make sure to leave your comments and everything as we go. Hey, David, nice of you to join us. Thanks for popping along. Right, geez, what time is it? Oh, time's flying. We are on, we're at 40 minutes in. Cool. All right, I want to show you this. So you've seen the PRS Silver Sky, okay? And everyone wants a cheaper version, right? Everyone wants the PRS SE Silver Sky, the John Mayer signature. Now, they're pretty much available in any color you want now, pretty much. So the big news, the big reveal. Are you excited? You shouldn't be. Yeah, John Mayer. This is him, by the way, if you haven't seen him. This is what he looks like. He's a beautiful man. Plays guitar. People like him. Shocking secret. I've never really gotten into John Mayer. I'm sorry. Just it's not an 80s hair metal band or a 70s band, so I don't listen to him that much. But here's what he looks like holding his Silver Sky. Now let me see if I can find the picture. Yep, there we go. Can you guess what it is yet? The people who make Chibsons are now making fake PRS Silver Skies, or are they? Yeah, you can see the price is $239.50, and it's a Strat with PRS neck. What do you think? I saw this today. I thought I have to bring it up on the live stream. It's pretty funny. You can see though. I bring up John again with his PRS. You can see the cutaway here, which is on most PRSs, I believe, if not all of them. You got the little yeah, the cutaway is different. It's got that like PRS, slope to it or whatever it's called. The knobs are different, and the rest of it is just a Strat. So that is what that is. This is just a silver. It's a silver Strat body, probably to Squier specifications. I'd say Squier Affinity specifications most likely. It's got normal Strat knobs, and it hasn't got the cutaway. Slopes, everything there. So it's interesting though. I haven't. These could have been available for a long time. I don't know. But as you know, I have bought a Chibson recently. That relic'd one that I turned into the blue and gold. 3-Chord Dave custom, which has no truss rod. But hey, whatever. So yeah, I was checking this out, but it's hand carved. Thanks, Al. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name there for what they call it. But listen, that's not all. We've talked about some Gibson guitars, and the Chibson people actually sent me this directly. This is why I was on the website. We've talked about Carina in the guitars. And there we go. It is a Carina 1958 Flying V. Now, it's not Carina. These are actually proper pictures, like marketing pictures from Gibson. But as you can see, they're saying that they'll sell a 1958 Chibson Flying V for $279. Well, that's not all. Where's the other one? All right, got to get rid of this. You can get the Explorer, $271.86. So there you go. These are all in DH Gate, by the way. I do not recommend buying a Chibson, but I just thought it was kind of funny. And this is the one I would actually be interested in, is the Modern. And as you can see, rare Modern Carina 1958 and blah, 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 blah. $300. I wonder would they sell me all of them together for $700? Probably not, but it might be worth asking and then making videos about them, and hoping that those videos made me $700 somehow. So yeah, those are the newest Chibsons that you've got: the '58 Explorer, the Flying V, and the Modern. Yeah, obviously the pictures are not of the Chibsons that they're selling. They're actually marketing photos from them. You can see here that's from Guitar Point, The other one was like an actual Gibson photo for the Flying V. Maybe the Explorer was one of theirs. Let's see. Yeah, that looks kind of crappy. So that's probably a real. That's probably their photo. It doesn't look. That doesn't look like Karina anyway. I don't know what it is. Definitely not one of the 58 reissues. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Votes on should I buy one of these Karina Chibsons to do videos about them? If I did, they would probably take 3 months to get here. I think the Les Paul Chibson took about 3 months. So let me know your thoughts on those. I think they're. I love a modern, just to have it as a conversation piece. But at the same time, I don't want to. I really don't want to spend more money on Chibsons. But let me know what you think. Marcia, you're saying when I get a chance, I should go make sure my Twitter is okay. You just went to join and it says I can't find you, but it did find an odd posts. And you hashtagged. Oh, you found old posts. Oh, well, see, I have a personal Twitter account that I never update, and then I have my one from today. Let me see, can I find it here? Twitter. So let me see. Yeah, here it is. Oh, it's saying home because. All right, there's only 2 posts on it, so maybe it's like, not putting it out. I did put a lot of hashtags and stuff. But yeah, it's at Chord Dave. It seems to be live. There's no warnings or anything like that on it. Let me see. I will put up a test. All right, I just put a tweet out saying, join the live stream on Twitter right now. I do have posts with a link to it and stuff like that, so I'm not going to hashtag it too much or at all. But if you can let me know if that's working, I'm sure it might just be, I just set it up today, so it might be a case where Twitter's looking for verification or something, but it should be fine. But thanks for checking that out for sure. Chai, your wallet is open for that silver sky. Well, just be aware. It's a strap. It's a strap, not a silver sky. David, you think the pictures are answering what I should do with background, and I presume you mean buy all 3 of those Karina guitars, yeah. All right, so Phil, hi Phil, nice to see you there. You should message the Chibson seller. They just might cut a deal for a few at once. You can then review them, work on them, and add them to your graveyard when you're done, Azar. That's the thing. Yeah, they pretty much are not good guitars. I know what will happen is everybody in the world will ask me for the guitars when I do make YouTube videos about them. So let's have a look. Todd, Chibsons are shite. Yes, they are. That's correct. You wouldn't spend a penny on that crap from China, and suggest you not either. Well, yeah, I appreciate your opinion on that. Put the money you'd waste on that towards a bigger, better purchase of anything. Yeah. No, look, I don't advocate making purchases of Chibsons, and as you might have seen in my Chibson video where I did the makeover of the relic'd one, the guitar had no truss rod in the neck. And despite somebody saying just take the fingerboard off and install your own truss rod, it's a little bit more work than I want to do on it. So you need to be aware they're not going to be great guitars. The pots in that guitar were awful. I'd seen mini pots before on cheap imports. I'd never seen them this small. They were so tiny. The wiring was crap. The pickups were crap. Everything was crap. The bridge, actually not bad. The bridge wasn't bad. So I think that was the only thing I kept. I'm just looking at it now. So strap locks and bridge. That's all I kept. So yeah, it's not something I would recommend. The thing about, like Marcia said, I have a few guitars, not a few, I have like 2 guitars that are art pieces. So like my 3-chord Customs Dave model, which is the Chibson that I repainted and worked on a little bit. Now, my plan was to kind of work on that and make it a playable guitar, but obviously take any sign of Gibson or anything like that off it. But without a truss rod, it's not usable. So it is just an art guitar. My manager has commented on how much he likes it, like several times. So in video stream or video calls. So people like it. So anyway, no, I do agree with you though. I'm not a big fan of Chibsons, but they do make for good content for YouTube also. So that's where I'm caught between a hard place. I don't think I will actually buy them, but Marshall's were correct. If I was to message them and say, hey, I want to buy 3 guitars, what price will you do? They'll give me a deal. The only problem is, like with the last guy, he shipped it and it just turned up 3 months later. He wouldn't respond to questions. I couldn't get tracking going, all that kind of stuff. They're shady. They can, there's no consumer rights or anything like that when you're dealing with these sellers on DHgate, really. So if DHgate don't authorize, say, a refund for you, you could just be screwed. You'd lose your money. So if anyone is thinking about it, just be very, very careful. Let me see, Marcia. You said it found the post you just put up, so I was able to follow you from there. But Twitter still says that there's no such account. Probably by tomorrow it'll start showing. It must be something like that, yeah. Because literally, I started I set it up a couple of hours ago. I am the world's worst social media person, by the way, guys. I know YouTube is technically a social media, but that to me doesn't feel like one. Facebook, I hardly ever post anything. Twitter, I think the last time I posted on Twitter was a year ago. I have an Instagram account. Again, haven't posted on it in a long time. So yeah, I'm not a big social media person. I think it's because in my day job, quite often I'll deal with issues with people in social media, and I'll be like, oh, I just don't want to be on them. But YouTube is great because I love watching content of guitar channels. I also, I like to watch things about like current affairs and crypto. So yeah, now you found out all my secrets. Pretty much. I'm obsessed with guitars and crypto. Those are my 2 things. Al, who is that Brit who seems to love Chibsons? You've seen him on YouTube. Is that Chinese guitar skeptic? CGS? Yeah, he did a lot of videos. I've been watching him for years and years. Like I was a subscriber of his when he had like less than 1,000 subscribers. So he's really cool guitar channel. A lot of the big European YouTubers are getting together this week. I wasn't invited because I'm a small YouTuber, but yeah, there's going to be lots of content and stuff from them from, I think, what's it called? It's 42nd Street. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, again, it's another thing for me to aim with the channel to get big enough to be included with those guys for sure. Scott, you would rather see me buy used beater guitars from classifieds in your area than Chibsons. That's not a bad idea. The only problem is I haven't seen any guitars for sale lately. Likely what I will do, to be quite honest, what I will do is buy something off Reverb that'll take forever to get here. But I'm more likely will buy a used guitar. It may be more than 1,000. I may end up picking up, like somebody said, I can't remember who it was. I might end up picking up a nice Gibson SG. Who knows? I could pick up. I can be random at times. I could be like, hey, I bought another PRS. Whatever it is, you guys will know about it. The Jimmy Page Telecasters, the Fender ones that came out, was it a couple of years ago? The Dragon Telecasters. What do you think of them? I'm a big Jimmy Page fan. I love Led Zeppelin. Huge Zeppelin fan. But I am not a big fan of those guitars. I just don't know. I don't like the pickguard thing. What do you guys think? Save up and get a PRS C24. You will love it. Those are nice. Those are the ones with the bolt-on neck, right? The CE. But yeah, I think if I get a PRS, I will be going down the route of a 245. Like was mentioned earlier, the Les Paul style. That would be my next. Oh, I got a dislike. Oh, thanks for ruining my night, whoever did that. I'm just kidding. Thanks to the 20 people who have liked the stream, and maybe stick around. You might change your mind. Todd, you're curious how I feel about Schecter as a brand overall, and specifically my take on Pete Townsend moving from Gibson to a Schecter style Tele of later days. I don't really have a whole lot of experience with them. I know what I will say is they always look really cool. But but yeah, haven't played one, so don't really know if it's something that would fit me very well. But there is, as you say, Pete Townsend is playing them, and you can't go wrong if Pete's playing them. Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'd have to look into his model, what he's playing with them a little bit more. The last time I saw The Who, which was admittedly quite a while ago, Pete Townsend was playing Gibsons and Fenders all night. So, and I haven't really been keeping up with them other than on records because, you know, they made some good music. The Who, great live band. Even, I mean, yeah, last time I saw them, when was it? It must have been, it's been about 2007, I think. And they were really great then, but the crowd wasn't, because the reason why, there was a lot of older people and a lot of younger people, and those people in a concert venue with no seating was not a good mix. So, you know, people were getting angry at other people for dancing and having fun and enjoying themselves, jumping around and stuff. And then other people were angry because people were in the way and not moving and holding up umbrellas because, you know, it's Ireland and it rains and stuff like that. So The Who, though, are a great band. My point there was I wanted to tell you all, if you ever get the chance to see The Who live, or I'm not sure if they're doing live concerts anymore, but if they do, go along because it'll be great. Jim Woodard, nice to see you, Jim. Thanks for joining us. You got your Alpine White LP just before they increased the prices. Cool, good for you, man. That's awesome. 800 above the old price, and 1,200 more than you paid new. Black ones only went up by 300. Crazy. It is crazy. CGS and China Mike. Yeah, James, you're right. There's probably one of those two. Guitar Trade Center. Why don't Epiphone release a 54 GT LP? Good question. Yeah. I do think next year is going to be pretty much tagged the year of the Les Paul. So who knows? I think we might see an awful lot of different variations be celebrated, shall we say? Starting, of course, with a 52 Les Paul. But a 54 Gold Top, you cannot go wrong with that, can you? Or 52, well, you can go wrong with a 52 Gold Top. Not the most playable guitars. Or not the best guitars, the 52, because of the whole bridge thing. But they fixed it really well in 54. So, all right, let's see. So, Scott, you're recommending I put an ad in locals looking for what old crap? Old crap is better than new crap. That's true. You never know what people have and are willing to sell. It's true. Look, you never know what's out there. I mean, I have lots of guitars. I would take an offer on all but two of them, to be honest with you. So, so yeah, you know, I may do that. There's some people I know who have some nice guitars. I might end up just making them an offer. So let me know what you got. So far on the live stream, every week, I have forgotten that I have a drink with me. So, you know, it's got to remind myself as we go. And Todd, who dislikes this guy? 3-chord Dave rocks. Yes, indeed. You are correct, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Schecter makes very nice guitars. Look, as I said, I'm only speaking from visuals. They look amazing. They really do. David, you're telling me you're intrigued by the Wild Audio guitars. They're built by Schecter. Yeah, the Wild Audios. They look good. Again, now people in Wexford will tell me there is a guitar shop here. Every time I've gone to it, they've had nothing interesting whatsoever. And I went in one time and they had a Crybaby sitting on a shelf before I had a Crybaby, and I was asking how much it was, and the dude was trying to sell it to me for like €250. I was like, no thanks, no thanks. I do have access to the internet, you know. So yeah, that's the kind of guitar shop we have. You'd buy a Les Paul Studio, good bang for the buck. Les Paul Studios are cool, and I've always liked them. I was looking today at, I can't remember what year it was, but there was a wine one with gold hardware. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And yeah, look, I'll be honest with you, that buy button has been hovered over quite a lot today. And if you were watching last week, I revealed my secret that every Sunday I wake up, have a nice cup of coffee, get the old Nespresso machine going, a nice coffee, and sit there, literally comb through Reverb every section pretty much. I start off usually with deals and steals and go from there. And then I look up Gibson 1982. A reminder, if any of you are out there and you haven't heard this, I am looking specifically to sometime between now and April next year buy a 1982 Gibson. Preferably a Gibson, but I will also consider Fenders and primarily those two. But what I'm especially looking for is a Gibson that I can track as close to my birthday as possible. That's the 25th of April. So I'm looking at April guitars from 1982. And just in case you're not a nerd for April 1982 and guitars like me, what I'm looking for is a serial number on any Gibson that starts 80902 and goes up to 8111202. So 80902 to 81202. That's the month of April in 1982 for Gibson. Not saying I will definitely buy any guitar if you do spot one with that serial number or in that serial number range, but I will. That's what I'm looking to pick up. Best one I found so far is 2 days after my birthday, and the guy wants too much money. Otherwise, he'd have a sale. But you know, it's a Gibson Les Paul Custom. It's a natural. It's in okay condition, and he's trying to sell it for pristine condition. It hasn't got the original chainsaw case, which is disappointing, and it hasn't got the original pickups either, which should be Shawbuckers, if I remember correctly, but he's got bare knuckles in it instead. Very good pickups, but not original, and I want this purchase to be an original as possible. So, but yeah, don't know why I bothered telling you all that, but I was looking at Les Pauls today, and Les Paul Studio was definitely one that I thought would be super, super cool to look at. I'm just going to bring this up as well, just in case anyone hasn't seen it. This is the Lazarus that's causing all the hassles, or has people up in arms. I haven't actually checked my comments on the video from last night. I did read a few of them, not complimentary. A couple of people said I was talking out my ass because I didn't have the guitar in hand. It's fair enough. I usually talk out my ass, so you know, it's all good. No. But listen, what do you think? This is genuinely somebody in the Netherlands received this as their Lazarus Les Paul from Epiphone. Now, to me, I said it's a plain top. One of the comments I've seen, or I think it's been repeated a few times, is that yeah, but it might be the best sounding or the most playable. Absolutely. Didn't say it was a bad guitar, just said it doesn't look like it is advertised. So what do you guys think? I personally think if I opened a box from Thomann and this was in it, I would immediately ship it back to them. What are your thoughts on that? Because if I'm buying a guitar that's 939 euros, which the Lazarus is, I want it to look good and play good and sound good. So, you know, that's why I haven't bought this guitar. That's why that 1,000 euros that I may be spending is not going on a Lazarus, at least not yet. And you know, as I said, they might sell out. It's very possible, but if they do, it's fine. I don't mind because I'm not super enthusiastic about getting a guitar that looks like this. How's this? Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. The comments stalled on me again. That happened the first week, so I thought you were all being silent on me. So sorry about that. Let's have a look. Where did I miss you guys? Okay. Jim, that's what you did for guitars to practice working on, like a doctor learning on a corpse. Yeah, picking up old guitars. Yeah, that's what I did. I used to be useless with guitars. I'm still useless with guitars, but you can pick up a few things. It's not that difficult to like learn how to put on a new nut. Change pickups is quite straightforward as well, particularly if you get like a quick connect system. That's super easy then. But yeah, definitely, everybody should at some point learn to do these things with their guitars themselves. because it saves you money apart from anything else. Scott, yeah, in the eyes of YouTube analytics, thumbs down is the same as a thumbs up, so at least it contributed. That's true. All it does basically is tell YouTube, don't show me videos like this again. And if you vote enough times in one channel, you'll never see it. So yeah, it doesn't really bother me if I get thumbs down. It does help to have interaction. So what I like is when people complain or leave you nasty comments or something, which happens a lot and it's difficult to deal with, but hey, thankfully, I have an awesome community here in this channel. I get a lot of nice comments, which is super cool, and I appreciate so much. But when you get the nasty comments, they're actually helping you out. So think about that if you're out there. If you're one of those people who leaves negative, nasty comments, all you're doing is helping that channel grow. So it's pretty cool. Joy, you saw The Who just before Entwistle died and Joe Strummer when his band supported Roxy Music. Cool, yeah. It would have been cool to see Entwistle play. I did not. I did not see them then. Hang on. I think I can't remember honestly. I know I've seen them a few times, and I know at least once Pete Townsend's brother was the bass player. I'll have to check that actually. I think Entwistle might have played the first time I saw them, but I saw them one time, and they were supported by a band from Ireland called The Answer, and the lead singer of The Answer is a guy called Cormac. And Cormac came out on like we were like pretty much front row, and I just turned over and I saw this dude walking out to the stage, and he looked like vintage 1970s Robert Plant, and I just went, "What the f, Robert Plant?" And they came out and they were awesome. They rocked it. They're amazing openers for that show. Brilliant stuff. Bought a couple of their albums after that. Their guitarist was amazing. I think I'm not sure if they're still together, but definitely I enjoyed them. Check them out on Spotify and stuff. The Answer. So there you go. So it's kind of a running theme. In one of my streams recently, I told people to check out Ash, a band from Northern Ireland, and now I'm telling you to check out The Answer, a band from Northern Ireland as well. So anyway, that was the second time I saw The Who, I think. Yeah, but cool that you got to see him, John Entwistle, play with The Who. What a legend he was. Michael Snow. Hi, Michael. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. You're glad to caught one of these live. Love the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. For $1,000, you'd probably chicken out and pay a third of that on a guitar to regret buying. You know, at the same time, I really do want to buy a Harley Benton SC 552, the black cherry one. I just think it looks so beautiful, and there's definitely a huge pull towards that guitar. That's something I've been actually planning to pick up at some point, do a review maybe of. But that's true. I mean, $1,000, €1,000 can get you 3 or 4 actually really good playable guitars these days. If you're going to spend a third of $1,000, pump it up a little bit, get an Epiphone SG Special in faded Pelham Blue, because they're awesome. So yeah. Also, let me see. Or what you could do is you could subscribe to the channel. I know you're subscribed because you're commenting, but anyone who's not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe, because we're giving away a guitar when we hit 5,000 subscribers. So that's going to be cool. And all we need to do is hit 5,000 subscribers. As soon as we do that, I'm going to come on live and be like, hey guys, I'm giving away this guitar. I won't have the guitar that I'm sending to someone, because what I'm going to do is just send it directly to them. So I will be showing you an example of it though. And that's probably giving too much away. Todd, The Who and Led Zeppelin are from a different world in ways. Giants. The Jimmy Page Telecaster is a cool looking guitar for sure. I love the Dragon, and the white mirror one looks sweet without the mirrors. The Who and Led Zeppelin, 2 of the best bands of all time, 2 of my favorite bands of all time. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. They were good mates apparently back in the day, but Zeppelin, biggest band ever maybe. I mean, had the biggest impact in heavy rock of all time. Possibly, I know there's very few bands that I will sit and listen to a whole album from start to finish without, like, you know, skipping tracks or making a playlist of the band with, like, mixing their albums and stuff together. Zeppelin, I will listen to several Zeppelin albums namely Led Zeppelin 2 and Led Zeppelin 4, start to finish. They're amazing albums. I got into The Who listening to the Quadrophenia soundtrack because when I was in school, my friends and I thought we were mods. So there you go. True story. But yeah, it was cool. As for the Jane Page Les Paul, here's the thing, right? This might, you might not like this. I don't like white guitars or black guitars, like solid white, solid black. If I had to choose between those two, I'd go to black one. But I don't like white guitars. Same reason I don't like white cars. I'm sorry if anyone has a white car, but here's my thoughts. When I see a white car or a white guitar, I think to myself, they forgot to paint it. It's why didn't they put a color on it? Uh, so so that's why I don't own a white guitar or a white car. My car's blue. Bet you didn't guess that. Oh, David, you got tickets for Tool. Awesome. Where are you going to see him? Yeah, that's cool. I'm not a huge Tool fan, as many people pointed out when I talked about the Adam Jones guitars. That's true. I was talking about guitars, not music, but I have listened to them. I would say quite a bit over the time. They're just not one of the. They're not a band I would go see live because I'm not a big fan, and I truly believe to go see a band live, you should be a fan because otherwise you're taking a ticket away from a big fan, unless you're seeing bands at festivals, which is a great way to find out new bands or to listen to new bands. So yeah, I only buy tickets for bands that I really love and like to listen to a lot because especially when something is sold out, I feel bad having a ticket to somebody I'm not really too bothered if I see them or not. Funny story that way, years ago, when they were popular, I think it was early 2000s, REM played in Dublin and I had a ticket, but I sold it. And I had a friend at the time who lived 5 minutes walk away from the stadium they were playing in. So we basically got to listen to the gig anyway. Wasn't ever a huge REM fan, just enough to sing Lose My Religion. And was one of the first songs I learned to play on guitar. Marsha, awesome advice as always, because I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. You are always putting in helpful tips on the channel and stuff, so I appreciate it. You can get an app like Hootsuite to auto manage your social media accounts every time one of your videos goes live before a live stream. Awesome. I will check that out because, as I said, terrible social media person. I realize I'm way behind on chats, guys, comments. So sorry about that, but I will catch up as quickly as I can. Dan has 3 Schecter guitars and he loves them all. I don't think I've heard too many people complain about Schecters actually. Now they're being brought up, actually, I think they might be worth a look. So for sure, thanks for pointing that out. You got tickets for Tool next year, and you're hoping for an Epi Adam Jones Silverburst. You're going to get one for sure. I think you're probably going to see it in. You might see it in January. It's coming. They have. I think Adam Jones even tweeted out a picture of the case for the Epiphone, but Adam Jones Silverburst is definitely coming. They will be limited. Those are going to be something. If you can buy one of those, because they are going to go up in value because they're going to be super limited. Chai, thanks for hanging around, Chai. You would love Gibson to re-release the Jeff Beck Oxblood. Very much in agreement. Ben Allmark, how are you, Ben? How much, give or take, should you be looking at for a 77 Strat or Tele, and would they be hard to find? Ben, pretty easy. Go to reverb.com, choose guitars, all guitars, and then choose Fender, and it'll show you, and you can then choose the year that you're looking for. In terms of how much give or take would we be talking about price-wise, can have a look for you and see, actually. Let's bring it up, and I'll be back in the comments there in just a moment, guys. What time are we at there? 1:15. Cool. Okay, we got about 45 minutes before the camera will crap out on us. So do get your questions and comments in there. I will get to them as quickly as I can. Let me see. I'll put in 1977 into reverb 1977. I'll just get a rough estimate for you here in terms of pricing. So it seems to be you're looking from around the $2,000 mark for stuffing. There's a vintage Mustang there for 1,300. Telecaster about 3,000. So yeah, you want to be planning. Well, there's one. There's a Strat for 1,899. I would say 2,000 to 3,000 is a good price. 77, 78 hardtail Sunburst CBS, 1,500. Let me just check this out. Looks in good shape. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Anyway, I'll tell you what I'll do. Just pop this link in the description, not in the description, in the chat for you there. You can check out, check that out. 77. I mean, you guys will know a little bit better than me probably, but I think CBS were starting to lose their way a little bit around 77. But yeah, 70 Strats are still pretty cool, right? I mean, I would definitely check one out for sure. Dan, honestly, play my Les Paul Standard and my Schecters more than any other of my guitars. I don't blame you for playing the Les Paul anyway. Schecters, I'm going to have to check out more Schecters, to be honest. As I said earlier, like the guitar shop near me doesn't have a whole lot that I would be interested in. So when I want to buy a guitar, I either have to go somewhere else or order them and then test them out. And if I don't want them, send them back. So that's why I'm hoping to get to like a NAMM show or something like that soon, because then I can play with everything. Despite the fact that lots of other people will be like, ah, who gave that guy a guitar? I don't care. Okay, Schecter made by Wild Audio. Bloody the Explorer style guitar, yeah. More pointy. More pointy is good. That's a very good point. Active EMGs and huge, surprisingly comfy neck. Well, yeah, awesome, good. Thanks for sharing that information. Jim, your Les Paul Standard 50s is your number one. Hardly play anything else. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, look, I think we all do have that number one. If you have more than one guitar, you're going to lean on one more than the others. I've always tried to like play one guitar, next day play something else, and so forth, and not necessarily have a rotation, but always play something like didn't play today, tomorrow, and so forth. But at the end of the day, you're always going to have that favorite, that number one. I could make a joke here, but I won't. It revolves around having a favorite child. I treat my guitars like children, so don't have any kids, by the way, in case anyone's worried. But I do have guitars, lots of them, too many of them. David pointing out quite accurately that Lazarus that I posted, this one, is taking the piss. Yes, it is. I'd expect more, and honestly, on the fence about the Lazarus. Same. The Epiphone the Epiphone / Victoria is hideous in person. Haven't seen one in person. Yeah, haven't seen one. So I do like a gold top, but they haven't inspired me, to be honest. James, you're saying that you'll be pissed because of that. Yeah, the quadruple A flame top. You can't say it's a quadruple A flame top, but have it look like a plain top. Or a flame top, plain top. Sorry if I mixed those two up, but you get me. It doesn't look like what you're making your purchase decision on based on those publicity photos. Todd, that Lazarus does not, by the appearance of the photo, match the description in the specs. If they had their heart set on a wide ribbon flame, yeah, you guys are with me on that, absolutely, which is great. Let's see. Joey, still here, nice to see you. Some folks will refuse to accept the truth, even when it's right in front of them. I am a definite Epiphone fanboy. I have had 2 bad ones this year. A Ghost Horse was barely in B-stock condition, and Alex Lifeson needed work on the trem route, and the pot was shorted. It's okay to love a brand, but honesty is a very sturdy foundation for admiration. It takes the good with the bad. That's very true. And that's why I make videos bitching about Gibson and complaining about the stuff they do, and just holding them to account, because I love Gibsons and I want them to be the best guitars on the market. In the same way that I want every guitar I buy to be perfect out of the box. I know you can't have that, but that's what I want. But if you're paying Gibson money, you want it to be as good as can be. And I think Epiphone have a duty to also hold up those standards and be as good as possible, because when it comes to buying a guitar, you're excited, you want to have the best. And I think I spoke about this last week. There are people who make reviews and videos and don't point out negative stuff about guitars. I will point to a couple of no, I won't point to a couple of people, but I'll point to some of my videos. Like I've bought guitars that said, "Hey, this isn't great on this. That isn't great." I made a point on. I made a comment about tuners on one video, and this guy was like, "What do you want your tuners to do? Keep the guitar in tune, pretty much. That's all." Like if I tune it and I play a few chords, it should stay in tune. I'm not like too hard on it. But anyway, you're 100% correct. Honesty is how to be about the brands that we love, because good brands make mistakes. Everybody, and if you can look at the numbers that Epiphone are sending out, there's bound to be a few that don't work. In my day job, work for a big company, as I've said to you a few times, and you will get people saying all kinds of things like, "Oh, this product has so many faults," or this, "Everybody who has this product has this problem with it." No, they don't. And if they did, they'd be recalled and not sold. So don't worry about it. And 9 times out of 10, if the company is willing to fix it. If they're not willing to fix it, the retailer's going to fix it for you, make sure you're happy, because they want you to be a customer again. So yeah, but honesty and holding brands to account is important as well. Todd, what's that word? Behethamans is a local band here in Alabama that Phil Anselmo had handpicked to open his show here. Alabama Calling is their latest release. Raw, real rock, great guys, southern to the core. Awesome. I'll look up Alabama Calling. Let me just copy that. Put a note on my things here for later. All right. Check that out. That's it. Thanks for that. I appreciate recommendations as well, guys, for music and songs and guitars, obviously. Yeah, that's true. I've heard a lot of the Alex Lifesons do have trem issues, but thankfully, I've seen that next comment. But thankfully, that can be fixed. It's true though that there are times when Epiphone release things, I think, a little bit hastily, or they're made a little bit hastily, but they still, when they get it right, they get it really right, I think. This is what I was laughing at. The Who are the best Kinks tribute band, bar none. Them's fighting words. Absolutely. Yeah, the XMG 12, they get manky dirty real quick. So that is in relation to white guitars and cars, I believe. Yeah, absolutely. Todd, Zeppelin 2 and 4 are indeed 2 of the greatest rock albums ever. And I only like white guitars if it's a trans white and shows the grain of the wood. Yeah, it's important to see the grain of the wood, I think, for me, a lot of the time. I went through a phase where I was like, I'll never buy a guitar that's painted all the way. I want to see the wood grain. Now I like both, but I do have a soft spot for a guitar that has nice wood grain to it. So let me see. Scott, you're asking, what do I think of non-wooden guitar bodies? So like carbonite, or is it carbonite bodies and stuff? Or there's these resin ones I've seen, or is it the Dan Armstrongs that are plexiglass or something like that? Not a big fan. I think, I don't know, there's something about guitars that make me think it should be made of wood, but I've very little experience with them. So yeah, I don't know if you've got any experience with non-wooden guitars, let me know about it. I'll definitely be interested in checking it out. There was there was an acoustic guitar last year. A lot of YouTubers were playing. I would think it was Carbonite. Am I right in saying that? I saw Mary Spender playing one for a bit. Um, yeah, I'm not a huge. I don't want to start an argument, but I'm not a huge tone wood person. You know, I'm not big into that argument. I think guitars can sound great and in all configurations, really. But honestly, I've pretty much just experience with wooden guitars. So traditionalists, you know, like myself. Ben, you're not a Tool fan either, but they do have a huge following who love the crap out of them. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely a great band for sure. Best guitar you ever bought for around $1,000 was just recently. You bought a used Japanese Tokai LC136 Gibson Custom for $900 on Reverb. Yeah, I think you told us about that last week. That's definitely a cool one. The Tokais. Yeah. Yes, I shouldn't have asked you guys because you're giving me good recommendations. I'm going to be spending all day looking at these things. So tomorrow, pretty much, like it's gonna be what guitar, what guitars did Todd say, what guitars did Al say, all that kind of stuff. So I'll be looking through the comments tomorrow on this for sure. Today, Tim Pierce had a live stream praising Richie Blackmore. Yeah, Richie Blackmore is definitely worth praising. So I'm not surprised. Tim Pierce, awesome guitar player, awesome guitar channel also. Joey wants to check out Colas aluminium guitar. They look neat. Oh yeah, the aluminium guitars. I hadn't thought of those. There was a cool Jackson one in the 90s, I think. Looked pretty awesome. Yeah, Ernie, something was up. I think, you know what happened? I think the chat stalled on my side, and then I needed to click the window and it didn't refresh. R.E.M's album Monster is a great album, but I don't really even like her. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. Epi looks like a Rorschach test. Was that this one? Kind of does. Schecters made by PT Wildwood Indonesia are great guitars. I would agree. Travis, you have a Schecter PT with P90s and you love it. It's got P90s in it. It's probably great. David, you are currently obsessed with a band called Hogjaw. Definitely worth checking out. Thank you. For old school thrash fans out there, check out Havoc. Great, super tight, heavy, technical thrash band. Awesome. I love their recommendations. It's super, super cool. You don't think you can recall me talking about pedals or effects before? What do you like to use or think are cool? Okay, Travis. Yeah, I don't really talk about pedals too much because I don't really know a lot about pedals. I'm not great with pedals myself. So I have a Crybaby. I connect that. I don't always use it. The last time I tried to use it, I have a battery in it rather than a power supply, and the battery had run out, so I just didn't get to use it. Tube Screamer. Let me see. Digital reverb, chorus, bit of fuzz. I have really cheap ones that I use in my rig here. Yeah, I hadn't really bothered setting up a proper pedal rig. I was used to go into the amp because I have a Marshall Code 25, the greatest amp. Just kidding. Yeah, so I have them here actually. The SF300 from Behringer. I actually have all Behringer pedals, all these ones, because I saw Phil McKnight do a video about them. The DR600 and the JHS Pedal Show also did a video about them. I have a vintage delay as well. And these all five, I have five here. All five of them cost me like 150 euros altogether. Vintage overdrive. This is basically a Tube Screamer clone. This is the chorus. So yeah, those are the ones I use. I don't use them too often because it's something that I need to get better at using. I use the wah pedal a bit, but My neighbors don't think I use it very well. um, okay, yeah, cool. Let's have a look. So yeah, Ben, you're checking out Reverb for your 77 birthday year guitar. There's some cool 77 guitars to check out for sure. So Marcia, yeah, I should plug in the camera with an extension cord, but I don't have the cord that will work. I bought this camera in the US and came home with it, and I only got one battery with it because I was like, I'm going to make 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos. I won't need any more than that. So that's why I haven't plugged in. And I don't know why, but every time I try to buy a battery, like on Amazon or anywhere like that, they won't ship it to me because I know Ireland doesn't like batteries or something. So yeah, so the last couple of weeks I've been looking for a solution. I think I have one, and hopefully next week be able to keep going as long as you guys want. So as long as you guys are here, I'll be here. Eric, you're just after reminding me about Music Man guitars. The Sterling by Music Man CT50 Cutlass. Cutlass or whatever. Those look amazing. Yeah, I hadn't even looked at them today. So tomorrow's going to be a long day looking at guitars for sure. But yeah, no, that's a great recommendation. Thanks for that shout. Al, you have a CT50 and you put it up against your mech's Fender Strat any day. Nice to hear that. That's cool. Do we need a fans of Chord Dave Facebook group? David, I don't know. Look, it might be a bit early for that. I think it's a great idea, and I appreciate you for shouting that out. Let me see. Let me just check something here. We are currently a group of, at this moment in time, 4,282 people. So I don't know how many fans do you need before you have a group and a fan club. I know, I appreciate the thought, David. I really do. But you guys being here for me it really does. Like all week, honestly, I had a tough week in work. Some changes being made that I'm not 100% happy with, and it was a little bit of a crappy week. I'm not going to lie to you. But every single day this week, I was like, but I'm going to do a live stream on Saturday, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm enjoying that crap out of these live streams, and you guys being here and chatting with you, even though I'm behind on the comments, it means an awful lot to me. So thanks, guys. And you guys supporting me and watching my videos, hitting likes and subscribes and all that sort of stuff is great. One thing I would say, though, if you haven't already, just please make sure you have notifications turned on for the channel. That helps YouTube as well with algorithm-y stuff. And they open up more kind of features once you have certain percentages and stuff like that. So if you haven't hit notifications, that'd be super cool. Let's have a look. Eric here. I'm trying to catch up, guys. I will get through them all at some point. The CT30 was crap, but the CT50 is awesome. CT50 I will look at then. And it also has a 12-inch radius. 12-inch radius would be my preferred preference. My preferred preference, because I can speak English good. Roasted maple neck, awesome. Sterlings are a definite sleeper. They are awesome guitars for the money. EB is up with PRS for out of the box amazing. Yeah. PRS out of the box. I mean, going by that, fantastic. Well, as I said, there was a slight error that I had to get fixed with that, but everything else was perfect. The fretwork was perfect. Pickups are perfect. The sound was perfect. It was just the neck needed adjusting. That's all. Ernie, another person disappointed with the Lazarus. It felt cheap even with a decent flame top. Very, very satin, almost frosty. Never got to hear the pickups because the jack was not working. That can happen. Did you guys see Trogley's video on the Slim Harpos? And he had the issues with I think he had to return 3 of them. And he was having, I think 2 of them had jack issues. It's concerning because it was a Gibson as well. So yeah, look, that can happen. That can definitely happen. And the reason I haven't bought a 59 Epiphone outfit yet is because I'm not sure about that aged finish or the satiny finish. I'm not 100% sure I want that, but again, I need to check it out. I really need to get one, and I presume that's what the Lazarus has because it seems to be essentially the exact same guitar, just a different color. Yeah, crazy the jack didn't work. But there you go. Other side of the coin, Eric liked the satin finish, so that's the great thing. I might like something that you might not like, and vice versa, and it's all very cool. Um, I did like the satin finish on my SG, my Gibson SG, whereas the Epiphone has a gloss finish, which I tend to not like so much. So PRS has a gloss finish. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. Joy, yes, the satin takes away from the flame, and the input jack is tight as a badger's body. That's an analogy right there. By the time you fixed the jack, it didn't play. I was convinced that you were not buying one, and you were bummed. Yeah, you were so bummed because, like a little kid. Yeah, because it can be disappointing. When I had the Fender Troublemaker Telecaster made in Japan one last year, that I couldn't get the bridge pickup back into position, and it came to me out of position. Took it out, checked underneath, checked the cable was everything, checked the springs, checked everything. Couldn't get it to sit back in properly, and I just had to contact home and be like, hey, it's got a problem. And, blah, blah. We went through back and forth, had a couple of people look at it. We just couldn't get it to seat properly. But that guitar was beautiful, and I was disappointed I had to send it back. Another one I may end up picking up at some point again is a Troublemaker Telly. But I'm kind of hoping that Fender will do a Mexican parallel universe run, and it'll include a Troublemaker Telly in better colors than white or black, because that was a white guitar. It was the only white guitar I've ever bought. Scott, very true. The flame on the on the Lazarus, so wide, it's even wider than the guitar. That's very true. How do you guys put others' name in the orange block? I don't know if I'm seeing that, and it might be on a YouTube thing. So, because I'm not actually viewing this on YouTube, so I can't help with that. Let's see. Joey, you don't buy Gibson's new $4,000, and there are finish flaws, cheap parts, plastic nut, funky frets. $300 Jackson JS32 is awesome, factory sealed, and a Gibson needs a fret job and electronics replaced. Yeah, the thing with Gibsons, they're getting better. They are. They were awful at one point. They were awful. They're getting better from what I've seen, which is a handful. It's like maybe 3, maybe 4 the last couple of years. I think they're going to get better. They're definitely trying to do it, I believe. Saw a really interesting video. We're talking about the demo shop. So for those of you in the US, if you're going to buy a Gibson, check out the demo shop on Reverb, because they essentially give those guitars a custom shop setup before shipping them out. They showed this all. What's a guitar channel? Play and Trade Guitars, maybe? I think that's what it was. You should check out they did a tour of the Gibson factory, and they did everything, checked out everything, and they were told, yeah, pretty much custom shop guitar or custom shop setup before it ships out. So you can pick up guitars for like $1,000 from the demo shop that have gone through that level of detail checking. So it might be a way to get a good Gibson. But yeah, I agree with you. Probably buying a $4,000 Gibson, you'd have to expect there's something to be done with it. Let's see what we got. So, Joey, I think you're saying there you're out of here. Well, I appreciate you coming and stopping by. Scott, the only non-wooden guitar you played are Ovations. They're kind of special though. Yeah. I was telling this story a couple of days ago. Not on the channel, just to someone I know. When I was really young, like 17, I went to see a college in the UK that I was thinking of going to. I must have been 16 at that point then. So I was thinking about going to this college, and got on the boat to England, got off the boat, the college picked us up, and we were all strangers sitting in this like minibus thing. They drove us, I don't know, a couple of hours and stopped and said, we're going to spend half an hour here, so go get something to eat, stretch your legs, all that sort of stuff, I found my way to a guitar shop, because even at 16, 17, I was a bit of a guitar nut. And I went in and they had an Ovation, and I'd never seen one in person. And I just went up to the guy and I was like, "Hey, how much is your Ovation guitar?" And he shoved it at me. He was like, "Go play it." I was like, "No, how much is it?" And he was like, "Well, just play it, and then if you like it, we'll talk about price. We can do a deal." I was like, "Oh, I'm not interested in buying it. I've got like £50 in my pocket, so whatever." And I went in and I started playing the very limited amount of um, Beatles songs I knew at the time. Pretty much is all I knew how to play. It's a couple of Beatles songs. I was playing them pretty badly because I didn't want to be playing guitar at that point. Um, and I heard the assistant in the shop go, "Oh my God, is he really that bad?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." So I handed it back and ran out of the store. I was like, "I'll get you back. I'll be on YouTube someday talking about guitars." But Ovations was my only experience with them, unfortunately. Um, the carbon fiber guitars from Emerald in Ireland look and sound cool. Would love to check one out, but they're like $3 grand. Yeah. Emerald. I'll check in. I'll check in Emerald. If they're in Ireland, I can probably reach out to them and see if they can give me a loan of one and check it out for you and give you my honest opinion and then send it back because I don't want to pay $3 grand for it. Joey loves the late 80s and early 90s turtleback Ovations. The plastic back was really comfy and sounded great. There you go. I watched one of the GHS videos and Josh and the Behringer TO800 and the same topology as the TS9. £20 well spent. Marathon next week. Marathon stream. For sure. I'll have to make sure I keep a very close eye on these comments because here's the thing, you guys have been blowing it up and I really appreciate it. It's been super cool that they're flying past. When I started doing streams a couple of weeks ago, I just thought no one was going to show up and it was going to be weird. But you guys have been awesome all along, so thank you for that. Ernie, look forward to the stream very much. Well, thank you. So do I. Epiphone Les Paul Prophecy with Fishman Fluence pickups. That's from Cresta Bear 69. Yeah, the prophecies look cool. I'm not sure they kind of fit my style for what I want, but definitely they are cool. They're Flying V as well in that, don't they? Might look at that. You saw the Trogley episode. I think the problem was that he wasn't sure if it should be in or out of phase. There was that as well. Yeah, there was the in or out of phase. I think someone from Gibson told him that they should be in out of phase, but then other ones were in phase. Or I can't remember, but it's not cool. Like they should have clarity on those things before they do anything. Let me see. You can buff that flat right out and the satin finish. Yeah, that's true. You can give that a shot. Oh, I'm nearly there. Cool. So Scott, how much do you think an album covers help sell albums or build fan bases in this day and age? When I was younger, album covers were a big part of the music scene. Yeah, that's true. I remember. I mean, you're probably the same. I remember like reading magazines about music magazines being like, "Oh, this band is coming out with this album," and you'd see like the album cover before you knew anything like what it sounded like. And you had a kind of an idea of their look, and that was important to you and stuff like that. For me now, I don't really pay that much attention to album covers anymore. But I tend not to be listening to that much new music anymore as well. I think I've got to that age where I'm just like, I know my bands, whatever, it has to be something special to break through. Yeah, it was definitely a huge part. For example, there was the whole Appetite for Destruction album, which was censored everywhere and stuff like that and had to be changed. Yeah, like the Nevermind album obviously is like one of the most iconic ones. I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't think it makes me personally make a choice anymore because everything's digital pretty much now. So all the music's on my phone or I'm streaming from a computer or whatever. So yeah, it doesn't really matter to me so much. I suppose if I'm buying physical media, if I was to buy like some LPs, some vinyl or whatever, I'd want it to look cool and maybe have a nice display. But yeah, It was definitely a much bigger part back in the 90s. I presume before. When it comes to album art, all I think about is that scene in Spinal Tap. Um, I'll say no more. You probably know what I'm talking about. You have both of the 59 Epis, and they're epic, and I love the finish. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, look, the biggest thing about guitars, and I think people sometimes miss this, if you're into guitars, if you're a guitar collector, you like certain guitars, um, it's cool that you can like something, but the next person might not be a fan of it. But as long as you like it, that's all that matters. So I had somebody comment the other day on one of my videos. I think it was an older one, saying that the SG was the best guitar ever. And I say that because if you said to me, I can only have one guitar, I'm picking up an SG. What SG? I don't know, but probably my SG Special. But and I've said that many times on the channel. I love that SG. It made like my first Gibson SG made me like honestly believe the SG was the best guitar for me. But this guy was commenting saying, "Oh, but you play a PRS in the intro to your video." I said, "Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's like the SG is the only guitar I can play because I said it's the best guitar. It's just I think it's the best guitar. Um, Other people think the Les Paul is the best. Other people think Tellys are the best. Other people think Gibsons and Epiphones are crap. But it's fine. We can all just enjoy what we like. And, there's so much choice. There's something literally for everybody. And that's the great thing about it. So yeah, I'm glad you like your Epi 59s. They are cool, they are cool. And it's about finding that right one, the right mix for you on all those things. Peter Gettins. Nice to see you, Peter. Thanks for joining us. You've got the 59 Epiphone and love the finish, to be honest. It's way better in person than photos and videos. Highly recommend the guitar. That's cool, as I said. It's great that you like them, and I've no doubt it's a great playing guitar. Picking it up is the most important thing. And I was saying to somebody not too long ago, they're asking me like what guitar they should get for a beginner. Like, should they go with the cheapest guitar they can find? Should they go with, the expensive one? And honestly, the answer, I believe, is pick up a guitar that you really like, that you like the look of, that you like the feel of. That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter if it costs $99 or $10,000, because, Gibson. But if you feel like you like the guitar, and I'm going to use the words, if you're attracted to it, I don't mean in a physical way. I just mean if you like look at it and go, oh, that's a lovely guitar, you are going to be more interested in picking that guitar up and playing it every day and learning scales and chords and riffs and licks and tunes and all that sort of stuff. And it's going to make you stay with the guitar longer. Whereas if you just buy a guitar because it's cheap, you're going to be more likely to put it down and never play it again. So that's my 2 cents. I always think you should buy the guitar that you think looks the best. And also obviously within your price range. But yeah, I mean, your price range is X, let's say it's 100 to 400. Well, the $100 guitar might be the best one for you, not the 400. And these days, you can get really good guitars in that price range too. Harley Bentons, I have 2 Harley Bentons in the house. One is €88. It's a fantastic guitar. I play it quite a lot. The other one was 130. It's a Strat ST62. Fantastic guitar. Absolutely brilliant. So there's no reason. Just make sure if you're, I don't know, you guys know about guitars, but what I always say is like, make sure it's something you like. That's all. Don't buy the big flashy one, the one that the salesperson wants and stuff like that. That's my advice to beginners usually. What music am I listening to lately? Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, The Who, the Beatles, Aerosmith. Who else gets in there? Skinnerd, obviously they appear. Clapton, Rory Gallagher, B.B. King, Slash Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, Velvet Revolver. I mean, those are just on regular playlists. Tom Petty, all kinds of things like that. Pretty much, I'm ashamed to admit it, but on Spotify, I quite often listen to like rock classics playlists or something like that. I hope that something new will pop along, but then I end up just jamming out the Freebird because when it comes on, you got it. You miss album art. Yeah, you miss holding albums and reading and everything. That was the thing about album art. You get the little booklet and you could read through. Like sometimes it have the lyrics to the songs, or sometimes it'd have like little stories and stuff. Radiohead used to have some cool ones back in the day, back in the 90s. Um, yeah, but it's definitely something that's I haven't paid attention to in a long time. But yeah, it used to be really, really important. Album covers are once as important as the music itself. The early Iron Maiden albums stand out for me. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Saw the Power Slave World Tour. Amazing show, I'm sure. Yeah, those guys put on a show. That's for sure. Joy. Um, I think it's the other way around. The music makes the album cover the talking point. Nobody talks about the Spice Girls covers. Did are you sure? Let me see. Let me see. I don't know. I think they had some cool covers now. Uh, I mean, it used to be a big thing, right? Like it used to be like a big kind of what would I say? Like a privilege to design an album cover for a band. Like I'm talking way back, like in the '70s or something. Because I know there was like it was like a big thing, but it's very true. I mean, let me see. Where's the Spice World one? Because I want to see what Scott's talking about hiding here. I was looking, literally just Google Spice Girl album covers. Google are gonna think I'm into some crazy stuff. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Can I get this? All right, I got it for you guys. Are you telling me these album covers are not special? Let me show you this. All right. Again, my Google search history has just taken a hit for you guys. Uh, oh God, people ever look up what I look up, they're going to be shocked. There you go. Albums for Spice Girls and for their solo material. So some of those are not bad. You know, art. um, some of my favorite album covers down the years. I think Abbey Road is a fantastic one. Like Sergeant Pepper's is another great one. Led Zeppelin 4. Um, Physical Graffiti is a really nice one. I like that. I liked that a lot when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I wonder how they did it because I was an idiot when I was younger. Um, I think the Nevermind album is fantastic. I think that's just a really great album cover. But yeah, it's true. I mean, I think that's one of the things that's bringing vinyl back is that people are digging having something physical again. However, I don't know if an album should be 50 euros. So just how I feel about it. But yeah, at the same time, it's not too bad. So anyway, let me see what else we got here. That's all the comments. I'm definitely at the bottom of the comments this time, guys, right? Let's see. I think I am. So let's just have a quick sip here. We are fast approaching that that time when we may get a battery warning any minute now. So the next 10 minutes or so, we will wrap up for sure. Every GNR cover was cool. I especially liked Lies. Lies is the best cover from Guns N' Roses for sure. I think Spaghetti Incident, that one's a bit whatever. But yeah, they've always had cool album covers. Um, I would say Lies is a fantastic album cover. Um, Early Kiss albums. It came with the coolest stuff: stickers, tattoos, posters. It's okay, Todd. We're all old, or vintage, as I like to say. Well, not everybody, just you and I. We got that going on, buddy. I yeah. I keep telling my friends that I'm having a vintage birthday party next year because I'm hitting that vintage age, and it sounds better than saying I'm old. I'm vintage. Let me see what we got going on here on this side. Something coming up. It's really weird having myself on several screens around. But anyway, so right, guys, let's have a quick chat about the channel and YouTube and all that sort of stuff before we get cut off here by the Canon M50, which is about to happen any moment. So, videos I've been doing lately, I just want to get your feedback really quickly on these. So what do you think of my predictions videos? I did Gibson, Epiphone, and Fender so far. I've been looking into Squire and PRS. And I'll be honest with you, for those, I'm not sure I've got good recommendations other than do different colors. So anyway, so what I'm looking for is, what do you think of those videos, the prediction ones? Do you think they've been good videos? Have you enjoyed them? And have you found them to be worthwhile? Should I continue to do more of them? Let me know in the comments. You can even leave comments after the stream does end, but hopefully we've got a few more minutes if you can add them here. Another thing I'm looking for information on is my most recent video. So look, it's doing quite well, 3,000 views. I'm super happy with that. And as I said, it might bring us, if it follows what the Chibson video did, it might bring us that 5,000 subscriber mark, which is fantastic, super cool, and I'm excited for it. I just want to know if you thought it was a good video, or if there's anything you'd like to see more of on the channel or less of on the channel. That would be cool. My plan, by the way, just for your own information, is that I want to do a video every Tuesday, every Thursday, and then do this live stream here on Saturday. So 3 videos per week. Due to my work schedule, I won't have I won't be able to do it every week, but I will try my very best. That's the plan: Tuesday, Thursday, and the live stream. So is that too much 3-chord Dave? Is it not enough 3-chord Dave? Tell me what you think, because as you know, as we go along and as we do get bigger, there's more opportunities to do things with YouTube. Like they're trying to, at the moment, push me towards starting memberships, which I don't really understand, and all kinds of different things. It was YouTube recommended we start doing live streams and things. So yeah, it's just a case of knowing what you guys want to see, and I'll do my best to live up to that and to do as much as I can for it. But yeah, let me know like those things. I do listen to your feedback, and I do really appreciate it. And honestly, I'll be very honest with you guys. A lot of you guys have been here from stream number 1. I've seen a lot of the same names come up, and that means so much to me. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to take you guys, everything you say very seriously and put it into action. So if you have any thoughts, you can drop me an email. You can drop me a tweet when that Twitter works. Goddamn Twitter, or Facebook me as well. Scott, I think you said to me you had some guitars you were going to send me, actually, like not physically send me guitars, but like pictures of guitars. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Please do. And yeah, absolutely send me your feedback and stuff as well. If you're going to send me emails, just remember I only check that email once a week usually, so I might be well getting to you. And also, because I'm busy work-wise and stuff, if you do look for a response, it might be slow, but I'm always here. I'm always going to be here live. If you do want to bring anything up, don't be afraid to do it. Joey has actually pointed out something very interesting, very much I believe it. It's a golden age for guitars. It is. We're getting some great stuff. And yeah, it's definitely a good time to be a guitar person. Scott, yeah, Sticky Fingers cover, absolutely. That was a great album, and it's a great cover. Yeah, the Stones had some really good ones, actually, for sure. Marcia, you've been enjoying the predictions. Fun to think ahead. Yeah, well, that was my thought. As I said in the first one, the Gibson one, we used to always get the Gibson lineup for the next year in the September, because obviously they're working on those guitars now. They're probably have quite a few of them in production already. So it's nice. It's nice to kind of wonder, because obviously they stopped doing that, leaking or sending out the information so early. So look, I just came up with the idea that maybe we could pick up them. I think my Gibson ones are more likely than my other ones. But yeah, as Chai has here said, he's going to comment on my prediction videos in about 6 months' time. Absolutely. Look, I'm shooting to get 20 to 30% of them right. So I think if I hit 20 to 30%, I'll be doing really well, for sure. Marcia, you think that's the right amount of videos? That's cool. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's awesome. So yeah, I honestly don't think I could do too many more than 3, like 2 actual videos and then a live stream, to be honest. just work-wise, needing time off, needing to play guitars rather than just talk about them and stuff like that. You know, because it's quite a bit of work getting the videos done and actually having stuff to talk about. And some weeks there's nothing to talk about, and that's when I do videos like, you know, 5 guitars you could buy for $2,000 or whatever the case is. And there's not a lot of news or a lot of information that's interesting. Todd, been a privilege here. Looking forward to more of these. These prediction videos are good stuff, and keep going that direction. We'll see you at 5,000 soon. Thanks, Todd. I really appreciate it. David, you also like the prediction videos. It'd be interesting if you did them on amps as well. Yeah, I don't know a lot about amps, so that's why I haven't and probably won't do that. But I appreciate your input. Maybe I should learn a little bit. Joey, all of the videos I watched so far have been great. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. And listen, I know I sent you a message this morning, and I'll reach out to you again in the next few days, I think, see what we can do. James, take care. You're saying take care, Dave. See you in the next show. Yeah, take care yourself. Don't forget to look for the videos this week. Marcia, you always think it'd be nice to do prediction on amps. Talk about some other gear, news, accessories that your Chord Gibson Epiphone centric audience would benefit and enjoy. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, definitely appreciate that feedback. Scott, thanks for the stream. Greatly appreciated. It's greatly appreciated that you guys have joined me. It's super cool. Joey, letting us know he has a couple of $500 Tajima Grace Telly style guitars, H.H. Wilkinson trem, locking tuners, blows away most of the $1,000 plus guitars in his personal collection. It's astounding. What short money gets you. It is for today, absolutely. I mean, that kind of money 10, 15 years ago wouldn't have got you half the guitar you get now. So super cool. And yeah, guys, listen, lots of thanks and appreciation for the live stream. Thank you guys very much for joining me. It's been a super lot of fun. I think we're just hitting the 2-hour mark. The camera hasn't flashed at me yet, but I think we can wrap it up there. But yeah, it's been super cool. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks for all of the recommendations for $1,000 guitars. That's going to help me spend my whole day tomorrow looking at guitars, which obviously is not a stretch. But yeah, super cool. If you could, do me the super cool favor of, you know, if you try follow on Twitter and stuff like that, if you can share the page and all those kind of things. Don't forget, make sure you're subscribed and liked and all that sort of stuff as well. Oh yeah, it's okay not to know everything. In fact, well, that's good because I do not. But yeah, listen, guys, thanks again for joining me. Super cool, and it's nice to see the same people coming back. I really like the community we're building here. You know, there's 5,000 subscribers. We're getting somewhere in the region of like 100 views on the stream over the course of a stream. So we got lots more to bring in, but you guys are my base. I love you guys so much. You really do mean a lot to me. And as I said, had a rough week, and it was great to know I'm going to be doing a live stream with the guys at the end of the week. So thanks again. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks very much for joining me. I'll pop together a video on Tuesday, but until then, have the best week. And yeah, thanks for joining me again, and I'll see you on next Saturday. Almost forgot what I was saying. So yeah, next Saturday, we'll see you again. And until then, take care, guys. Thanks.